Chef, my kids just don't like vegetables. Pas de problem, no? All you have to do is sneak it, hide it in their favorite side dish, like mac and cheese. Now, in Haitian cuisine, our mac and cheese is distinguished by larger pasta like penne and rigatoni, and also with evaporated milk, le carnation. Now, in keeping in touch with our theme today, the health of our digestive system, la santé de notre système digestif, we are going to be making our mac and cheese with leek. Leek is a superfood, and in my opinion, it does not get enough recognition in the vegetable kingdom. And if you look at it closely, it looks like an overgrown green onion. Yes? Now, just like onions and garlic, leek is a prebiotic, which means it's excellent for our gut health. It's excellent for our gut bacteria. And it's also loaded with vitamins A, E, and K. It's excellent for our colon. All right. So to prep it up, we are going to, first of all, if you look at it closely again, the white part here is grown on the ground, and the top part is it's like a yellowish green color. That one is grown above ground. So to clean it up, we're going to trim the bottom and then cut it in half. Voila. And we're going to simply just rough chop it and then place it in our salad spinner and rinse it off. Now, because this vegetable is grown on the ground, you want to make sure that you rinse it very, very well to remove all of the soils, okay? Et voila. A salad spinner is an excellent tool to have in our kitchen. It removes dirt, it saves us time, and it also keeps our vegetables dry. Yes? Okay, so on to our food processor. All right, so our leek will be sauteed and added to our mac and cheese sauce tomorrow. Excellent, excellent source of fiber. Pimento peppers are very mild, fruity. They give off almost of a jammy sweetness to them when they're ripe, and I love adding them to my Haitian mac and cheese because of the color that it adds in there along with our chopped leek. Okay, so let's go ahead, and all we're gonna do is just dice it up. I need about 2 ounces. Thank you, Goya. All right. Okay, next we need some garlic. Garlic protects the brain against disease and premature aging. You know, it's important for every good cook to have your ingredients chopped up, ready to go before you actually start cooking, because doing so saves us time, and it also helps us to be more consistent when it comes to cooking at home. In French, we call this mise en place. So instead of, you know, you're cooking and you're stopping and then you're all over the cabinet looking for your stuff, that's stress. But when you have everything diced up, chopped up, measured up, and already marinated, then cooking becomes a craft and no longer a chore that you have to do. That makes sense to you? Okay. So in our pillow piece here, we're going to go ahead and create our paste, and that's about it. Here are a few things we need to know about boiling pasta. Number 1, you need salt in the water. Number 2, you're gonna keep stirring from time to time. And number 3, once it's cooked and you take it out of the hot water, you're going to dunk it in ice cold water, because if you let it sit on the counter while you're getting everything else chopped up and everything else like that, your pasta is going to continue to cook and you're gonna end up with overcooked pasta. And then lastly, once the pasta is cold and you drain it, you're now going to drizzle it with some oil to keep it from sticking to each other. That's it. Okay, so salt to the water, you want to stir, you want to blanch it, dunk it in ice cold water, and you add some oil and you're done. And the beauty is you can actually do this ahead of time, that way tomorrow, the next day, your pasta is ready to go. Pasta's done. Last step. Bada bing, bada boom. Next, we need some shallot for our mac and cheese. Going to mince it very, very fine, okay? For our cheese sauce, folks, we're going to need some smoked Gouda, sharp cheddar, and Monterey Jack. Now, let's be honest. The shredded cheese bags in the store are very convenient, very easy to just pick up and you out the door. Now, I prefer block cheese because they're fresher and also because they do not have the anti-caking agent that food companies use in our shredded cheeses, okay? So in this recipe, we need about 2 ounces each, and I'm just gonna, just dice it up. And the thing is about block cheese, they melt very, very easily. No problem at all. 2 ounces each. Remember, cheese like Gouda, cheddar, they are excellent sources of probiotics, which is that good bacteria that's amazing for our gut health. Oh my goodness. So good. All right. On to our mango salsa. Mango and jerk chicken pair very well together. The sweetness in the mango is a beautiful contrast to the spicy jerk chicken. Now, mango salsa is very basic. You've got your cilantro, red onion, juice from a lime, red bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, and your mango. Now, most of the mangoes that we get in the US come from Mexico, Ecuador, Brazil, and of course my hometown, Haiti. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do these chops behind the scenes, and then tomorrow we're gonna put the salsa together at the very, very last minute. Very, very basic. So we have just about all of our preps done. We have our jerk chicken chilling in the refrigerator. We have all of our chops done for the Haitian style mac and cheese, and I cannot wait to put it all together. And I will see you in our next video.